This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the first thing in this session, I'm going to talk about what is Jira, why do we need it, how to work with Jira, and how to customize the Jira. So these are the things which we do then software engineering a lot. So that is something. So what is Jira? So this is one of the tool which is developed by Atlassian. Atlassian is one of the product company which they have a multiple product, Jira, Confluence, Bamboo, Bitbucket. So many products they have it. One of the product they have is Jira. This is developed in Java basically. That means if you want to run Jira versions within a premises, you have to install the Java for it. So you have offering, there are two offerings primarily. One is like enterprise, which you can install in your infrastructure. One is a cloud. The demo we are going to show you around the cloud. Okay, and so on. So now the question is, why do we need the Jira? Why Jira we need it? That is the important questions. So we need Jira for primarily for project management. Okay, so here now project can be different types of also like software project, HR project, IT project, infra project, CRM project, sales projects, anything you can use a Jira. But here we are using the project means in this our context we are using software project. That means we want to manage the software projects, and for that we can use the Jira. So now in the software, what are the different types of software models which we have? So one is like you understand that one is a traditional waterfall model. This we can call it a traditional. Okay, this avoid the spelling mistake. And second one we have Agile. Agile we have a two model which is very popular, Scrum. And what is the next one? What is the next one? What is the next one? Kanban. Are you able to hear me right? Yeah. So Kanban. Yeah. So these are the two models which you have very popular. So that means if you say Jira will help you to manage your software management, and in this kind of project, and typically it will manage your tasks. Okay, bugs, feature, you know, enhancement, anything, activities, enhancement, story, and all this stuff like that. So you can come to know everything about the status of task, who has modified, who's working on it, when it will get finished, why that issues is there, where is the issues, or not many things you'll get to know. So that's that way Jira is a project management tool. In our SDLC cycle, we call it a Jira is a planning tool where you can storing all the task, bugs, feature enhancement and all for your project and assign to the person and also work on the deadlines and stuff like that. Make sense, all of you? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the question is how can we get started? So option number one, you can get started with install the Jira and start using it. But nowadays, earlier I used to teach installations also. In LMS you have recordings, but nowadays most of this our use cases is going to the cloud, so we don't do installations, configurations and all. Rather than we manage through the cloud and all. So here you can get Jira at atlassian.com free trial. You can get it started. Registered with one of the email ID. I have it already, and give your site name. What is your company name will become your site name, and then continue. So this I registered on the cloud. Okay, so they'll give me the one free copy of Jira to my account, and also I can use it. Skip these questions, skip these questions, skip these questions. Done. So now I have, by the way, I have enabled two software, Jira and Confluence. So what is a Confluence? I'll discuss a bit about later, but today we are focusing on Jira. Okay, so they are setting up my Jira instance. Basically, all these are containerized instance, so it will be set up within a few minutes for my accounts. Done. So here, if you remember, I told you so many different types of software you can manage it. So here, if you see that as part of the trial, I can manage Kanban, which is a very popular, or I can manage the Scrum also. So these are the software. Now, if you go for other type also, there's only one listed here, but HR, infra, IT, many different kind of projects you can manage through this. So I'll go for one of which Scrum is more popular. So I'll go for this one. So now what is your project name? So remember that Kotokas is your organization project name, and let's say DevOps X. Okay. And here you can select, earlier I had a Scrum, right? But if you want to change, click on the more template. You see here so many you have. Kanban, you have a Scrum, you have some more, you have bug tracking, you have work management, few type, you have marketing, you have human resources, you have. So basically it's a earlier Jira was meant for the software development, but they saw the ServiceNow growth and they have designed into the various format, so legal, sales, non-profit, and all kind of things. So now I'll go for Scrum. Okay, so DevOps X is Scrum model and create a project. Understood now, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay, now here you can connect for the communication method, which is like a Slack or Team or something. Right now, I have none of this, so I'll skip it. You should do that if you have access to those infrastructure. Done. So now this is one of the projects you have. If you want to create a more project, okay, here you can create a more project. So I created DevOps X. I'll create one more type and go for software development. This time I'll go for bug tracking. Bug tracking is a very traditional one, okay? And this I'll make it a DevOps Y and bug tracking. It says, oh sorry, Y now, and here. So I created one more project. Likewise, you can create one more Kanban. So two projects you'll be working. One is a traditional, X is a Scrum, Y is a traditional. So now what to do? Nothing great about it. You have to work on to ticket or task. How do we create a ticket? So let's say create a ticket, and here you are creating a ticket. So now this right side you got this window for creating a ticket. You can get a full window also. And here what kind of ticket you want to create. Is it a bug? Is it a new feature? Is it a task? Is it an improvement? So this is called issue type. Okay, issue management tool. Yeah, so I'll let it be bug. And status, what you want. These are the workflow, we can call it. So we have status for this, so to do, in review, and all stuff like that. So let it be default and so on. Now what is the summary for it? So DevOps school .com login page is not working. Okay, so here I selected, and parent, there's nothing. Component I have not decided, so I'll just tell you what is a component. Here you can describe the issues. Okay, and then version also I have not decided. I'll tell you in a few seconds. Priorities you can define, and labels if you want to map it up. Some environment details you want to give it, some attachment you want to do, affected version, due date, it should be fixed by. Okay, and all this thing assigned to someone. So right now I have none, so assign to myself and create. Simple. Okay, so this is the way someone will create a ticket, and then you will see that my open issues here, one ticket is there. Now, before going further, I will work with some component and version. So where do you set this component or version? So click on this back on projects, and here you see there's one button. Issue is there. Right now, click on the component. Component means what? Let's say you have one project right now, DevOps X project. So how many modules you have? Chat module, mail module, dashboard module. So I'm creating a component now. So this is a chat. If you think there's any component lead for it, save it. I'm creating a one more mail, and if you think there's a component lead for it, done. And then create a create a mail and dashboard, and then save it. So these are the three software which you have, and good to go. So three component you have. Now how many releases you have planned? So you can specify here major minor releases. So 1.0 and the date, create 1.1 and date you can specify like little bit extended, and then do that. So I fill this issues I created. Okay, back to the projects component. I have a three and somewhere here releases. Okay, and code right now here you will not see that. Why? Because code for that we have a different software. So either you can connect it to Bitbucket, which is supported by Atlassian only, or you can other providers also like a GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, Gerrit, and all stuff like that. So that also you can use it for the same. Okay, so this is something which you can use it, and then releases which I discuss about it. So yes, again now with the defined component and releases you can create one more ticket. And here what is this? So it's a new feature, and here you want to add chat feature or something like that. Parent, if you want to specify component, it's a chat module. This is the detailed explanations about the chat. Okay, so this is detailed explanation. Here fix version 1.0 and remaining things, and create a ticket. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah, Raj.
So here you have two tickets right now assigned to me. Okay, so now here you have a two project. You can create a more projects. Here you can filter the issues. Okay, view all issues, view all filters. So this is the things you can filter. I don't think so I should tell you what is that. The moment you read it, you'll understand. Here you click on that and you'll get my open issues, reported by me, all issues, open issues, done issues, viewed recently, and so on. Okay, so these are the things, and here you have a filter again, type, status, users, all this thing, and some more options are there. So this is a way to search and filter. Now here you have a dashboard. Okay, dashboard for creating all the issues, all the issues. By the way, by default you get one dashboard. This is the one which you see is the default dashboard actually. Okay, so you can customize the also dashboard. I'll come back to this. Here you have a team if you want to work as a team, and some plan subscriptions and all. Right now not required. Now the question is, what is exactly you may get the work here, because this is so simple, creating a ticket and working on it. So let me work on one of the ticket, and it will be easy for us to understand. So go to filter all issues, and I'm working on the dev2 issues. Okay, and here click and open a dev2 in a bigger window. Here it is. So now you have so many features you need to get comfortable. Okay, so here you see you can assign to someone else, reporter, you can label it, component, fix version, everything you can edit. Here you have add apps or link issues to some other issues. You want to create a subtask. So as part of completing this task, chat task 1, and then create chat task 2, and then create chat task 3 and create. And then you can also define the dates for each subtask. Remember that dv2 is a task, dv-3 is a subtask of dv2. So always remember that it's a icon is changing. You see, icon is different. So each task you can work on it, subtask, and then decide the priorities and all. Everything you can define in detail also. Let's say you want to define 3 in detail. Again, you can edit all this thing, and likewise, this is a good editor which you have, which you can work on it. So this is something which you have. Now this is something, and once you think this work is doing, so you can go and in progress. After that, you keep commenting and updating your status and all. And after that, uh, in review. After that, last one, done. So this ticket is completed, and my open issues, I have only one because second one got completed. So this is the way you work on it, and as a team. But the question was, what is the changes you may have here, which you might have to do that. So three things I'm going to talk about as part of this. One is like, how do we add more types? Yes, type. When I say type, that means when you create a ticket, see here, issue type. How do you add more type? Customization. That is the first thing. Second thing, how do you add more field in this form? Okay, and how do we customize this workflow? Three things we have. So type, custom fields, and workflow. These are the three customizations you have. Apart from that, some user addition, group additions are always will be there. Okay, so how do we do that? So let's go into this. And you see setting button, all of you.
Yeah.
So click on this. Here you have many things. Go slow. And here you have a system, products, projects, and issues. I'll click on the issues. Okay. So now first I'm targeting how do we customize the type. So here you have so many things actually. And here I'm going to add issue type. And here it says add issue type. So go to add issue type. And here, what is the type you want to add it? So let's say feature. I want to add feature, which was not there. So add it. Now I added a feature. Okay, see here. Where is that? Here it is. But you want to attach to the project, right? So right now it's not attached to the project. So the project is a DV. So how do we attach? So dot dot dot. Try to do edit. Okay, back. Sorry. You have to click on not dot dot dot. You have to go back to schemes, type schemes, and here you can attach the projects. So right now here you have a project. So this is the default. This is my project, and here click here edit. Associate was there, actually I should have clicked it directly. Yeah, and here you see drag and save it. Very simple. Now I did this feature, you see it's coming here. Now click create, and now see feature is coming here top. So this is the way you can add a more issue type if you really want to customize it. Second thing is, how do we add a custom fields? So in the same page, issue types, here you go fields, and here you have a custom fields. Okay, so here you can add a custom fields. How? So here create a custom fields, and here it's a complete HTML editors which you have, whichever type of custom fields you want to add it, you can do that. I'll go for list. Select list, no, single list, that is simple. And here I want to add one field country, and here option India, USA, UK, and Canada. Okay, and then create. Done. Now this custom field you want to enable with some of the projects, so I'm enabling with some of this project here and update it. Done. Okay, so custom fields created and attached to the projects also. Let me see that if you got it or not. So if you go and see that country is there or not. So somewhere see last one we have a country. So you got it. Now the problem is I want to move this one to the top. How do we do that? So for that, what you have to do, you have to go to the field configurations, and probably field configuration schemes. This UI got little change, so let me just check this. So you have to go to country, and here I modify this one. This is already modified. Okay, yeah, so you have to go for this. So for this, you have to go to the schemes. Okay, and in this, you will find these two. You have to modify these two. Okay, so click on this, and I'm just checking. No, back, back. You have to click here, edit. Just a second. Workflow schemes. Sorry, screen schemes. My bad. Screen schemes. Screen. Here to click or here to click. That's a confusion. Configure. I think configure. This is the one. So click on the screens and schemes and then configure. Now you see summary is on top and country is on bottom. So scroll up, late one, and go move dragged up to top. That's all. So now if you go and see that, see country should, okay, I have to do for main second screen also, right? So this is done. I don't know, first one I did or second one I don't remember, so I'll do it one more time. This one I done, first one, second one configurations, and move this to up. Done. So for this project I have done it, and now you should see country on top, but I see bottom, so something is left out again. So here default also I'm moving it and just checking it. It's moved here. So that way you can add a custom fields and prioritize also in the screen part. Okay. So this is the second thing. Third thing which we have in this which is called workflow. So what is a workflow? So here if you see that ticket, and here you see view the workflow. So first time any ticket which you have, which will go to the to do first. Okay, and after that it'll go to in progress, and after that it will go to in review, and after that done. So in between I want to introduce one workflow status which is called let's say on hold, something like that. So how do we do that? That is a question. How do we do that on hold? So for that you have to go to the same place, and here workflows here. Okay, so there's one workflows. You have a default apply to my projects. You can modify this one also, or you can add a new one also, but right now I'm modifying the same one. So go to this one and click edit. Okay, now you can edit via two ways. One is a diagram, one is a text. So text, basically you have little challenges. If you are very expert level, then this will be easy for you, but diagram will be easy. Text will be not easier compared to diagram, so diagram will be easier. So now this is the one, this is called status and this is called transitions. So status means to do in review is a status, and transition means from where it should go to where, and that's called transitions. So I'm adding one more here, and that one I'm adding a status. What is status? Of few status already developed which I can use it, but right now I want to create on hold new one, on hold, and it's a new status. Click, and here you want all the transitions to be coming here. That means from every status you can go to the on hold, yes, and add it, and then create it. Now place this right way, and done. So right now from all the status, it will go to the on hold. That is a one way. But let's say if you want uh, one status XYZ, for the sake of discussion, XYZ should be only from one to another. So let me create one more status, XYZ, XYZ. And here, I don't want this allow all the status transitions. So I'll just not check and add it. Now here, click OK. So now this, you see the status XYZ is coming from nowhere, going nowhere. Now I will add a transition from on hold, status should come. Okay, remember from on hold, status should come. So here I'm adding a transition manually from status where on hold to where it should go, status XYZ. And here I'll name it hold to XYZ. That is the name of the transition, and done. Now if you see that clearly, you have one hold to XYZ. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah. So now I modify this. What I will do, I will save it. Where is the save button? Can you look at this? Here, publish. And you want to take a backup or all this thing? Yes. And taken a backup. Done. So now can I go and check this if I'll create a new ticket? And this is the new feature, just for the sake of creating ticket, and created a ticket. Go to my filters, all issues, and this is the ticket I created. And now if I see the workflows, see here. So here you to do, on hold, all this thing, you can see that. And if I say, see, if I'm to do, I don't have a XYZ, but if I go to on hold, and then after that, I'll see you have a XYZ also. Got it, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the customizations you may get it to do in Jira, and you have to do that. Now we'll go to the user management and group management. So how do we do that? So click on here. This is the one. So here I showed you issue management, uh, user management. So you can add the users. You can basically invite them to the more users if you want through email address or something like that. So right now, if you see that uh, I have only one user in this organizations. Okay, so if you want to add it more, there add their email address and invite it. That is simple. You can add them part of the group also. Here it is. So these groups which you see is a default group created by Atlassian. When you create accounts, you can create a custom group also, and so on. And when you create a users, you can add that users to the different group also. So email address by email address, you can invite it. Here you can create a group and add them to the group. So right now I don't have any live users which I can invite and then add it. So likewise. So these are the areas you should check it out. And this is called user management. Billing, you should not worry about it. Now, if you want to add a more features, then you should go for apps. Okay, so let's say Jira and Confluence will be there. Many other products, if you want to integrate with your account, and then you can go for this. Hundreds of apps you will find it. Some of them will be free, some of them will be paid. Depends on that. You can see. You will have complete details about. So if you want to install any app, you can install it. For example, I want to look for free. So click on this. These are the free one. So if you want to connect Jira with a GitHub, this one will be helpful for you. So complete details you have how to integrate, So each integration steps will be separate. So that we have to enable. So get app, and automatically they will get attached to your organizations, and you can start using. Yes, of course, you have to configure it as per the documents provided by app provider, and that is how you can do that. Okay, so here you see this is successfully installed and get started. You have to configure it basically in the git, this is the GitHub, right? plugin, so you have to give all the GitHub details. So Jira Atlassian can fetch all the repo information from your account. So all this thing you have to do that. So yeah, this you can configure it and add a more features into it. It's a little slow. Okay, something gone wrong. So now if you see that here, you can manage all of your projects here. So I created only two projects, different types of. You can also edit the project, move to trash and stuff like that. So these are the things. You can create a project categories also if you have a large amount of projects. So that's very simple, creating projects or editing and deleting. And this is the system informations, like most of the informations are for view only, but few information you can edit. For example, what is a global permissions when any users get introduced, you want to set as a global permissions for that user, or certain group you want to give access, certain users you want to give access. So this is a very good. So these are the global permissions. By default you get it, you can modify, or you want to add a more, so you can select your users or group or any other stuff also. And here let's say I have not created any users in group though. You can select here and see this is the users and group. So Rajesh, let me check the Rajesh is there. Oh, it's a group. I don't have a users here. So group I have not created. So likewise you can set a group and then accordingly their permissions and all. So let me create one group so it will be easy for that demo. Go to the user management, and here I'm creating one group, DevOps, and only one member is there. Create a group. Now I'll just come here and refresh it and go here and go to now. DevOps group will be there somewhere downside. It's not coming. Here it is. So it has come. Now you can add a permissions to this, and here this is the, you added a permissions DevOps. Here it is. So browse users and group, you add it to it. Okay. If you want to add this group to admin also, you can add it here. If you want to do this one, you want to do this one. So all this bit depends on the permission what you wanted to do that. You can add it here. So if first one is select the permissions. Okay. And second one is which group you want to give access to. So that way you can do that. So these are the rules which has been given. Administrator rule and all. You can decide more rules. Also, you can add more rules. Uh, Apart from that, SMTP settings, here you can do that. By default, Jira will not be able to send an email. So SMTP settings, you can do that in incoming, outgoing, So yeah, apart from that, this is the one. So any questions so far, all of you?
Rajesh, basically Jira is for the time management, right? For each project, how much effort we are doing. So
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
usually calculated the efforts?
yeah. So that's called reporting part. So if you have, let's say, hundreds of ticket assigned to certain projects and you want reports sort of it. Okay. So what you can do, you can create a report under the back to projects here. So these are the all the reports you have actually, different types of reports, depends on your requirement, you can generate it. So right now let's say which projects I use it, I don't remember, maybe DevOps X I used it. Project setting, feature. So in DevOps settings, the reports are not enabled, so I want to enable it, report here. So earlier the basic project report was enabled, but a Scrum project reports was not enabled. So I got to the project setting and go to the feature, and then I'm enabling the reports. So here, I'm done. Now go to the projects, and now you have reports. So for these projects also you can generate lots of reports. So these are the reports for your for DevOps X is basically Scrum project, I guess. Yeah. So these are the reports available for it. Now if you go for DevOps Y, we have a multiple projects again, multiple reports again. So here, so these projects you can delete. So if you see average age report will tell you what are the average time your engineer has spent on the each ticket. So you can generate daily, weekly, monthly, or something like that. And then next, automatically it will generate a report, so you can see that. So right now there's nothing. So here, makes sense?
Yes, Rajesh. Rajesh, just one more question. Usually on the daily Scrum call, they usually discuss about the reporting, how many tickets are pending. Those are the kind they will discuss, or what usually they
Yeah.
will.
No. So that will be done by the Scrum model. So here, if you see, this is your board. Okay. So every day you will have a meeting. So let me, before that, before meeting getting started, let me create a backlog. Backlog means task, ticket, or whatever it is. So I'm creating a backlog in a masses. So this is backlog task one. This is two. This is three. This is four. This is five. This is 6. I'm creating for the quick way, but usually it will take some time to create a backlog. Okay, so I should have created a backlog actually. So here, drag drop in the backlog. See, my mouse has some drag drop issues. So these are the these are the backlog. Now you decide you will work on the sprint. So what do we do? So you will have a sprint one, sprint two, typically is for 2 weeks, right? So what do we do in this case? So you move this ticket and create a one stream dev sprint. So let's say you will work one and two ticket, and one more. Let me add it, three ticket, and then start the sprints. Usually the sprints will be for 2 weeks. You can customize to also, and then start the sprint. So now in the sprint, we have a dev 1, dev 2, dev 3. Now every day I'll have a meeting. Hey, Karan, what is update on dev 1 ticket? So yes, it's in progress. Dev 2 ticket, other guys, okay, it's done. And 1 is in progress, 2 is done. Like that, you will have a daily meeting and you will update this uh, work. Just a second. I'm able to drag it. I'm not able to drag it. That's the problem. It's done. So now here you have a two ticket which is got done. One is still in progress at the end of 2 weeks. So what I will do, I'll complete this sprint, and one ticket which got pending, I'll move to the new sprint and then or backlog and complete this sprint. And that is how you will continue working on the one sprint and so on. Understood?
Thanks, Rajesh.
Yeah. More questions, guys? Okay, so next tool which I'm going to tell you before that, all this steps by step guide if you want. So you can come to blog and just search for Jira. So all this tutorial with a screenshot, you will get it. For example, how to create an issue type, custom field, workflows, and all other stuff. You will find it the screenshot along with it. So this will help you. Got it? Okay, so next tools which I'm going to teach you is Confluence. Basically, it's a documentation tool, which is again from Atlassian. But let's have a 10 minutes of break, and once we come back from the break, we'll have the session. Will that be okay for all of you?
Okay.
Sure.